My name is Christopher John Francis Good. I am 15 years old and I live on Randolph Street, 36 Swindon, England. I have Asperger's syndrome. This is the beginning of solving the murder mystery of Wellington, my neighbor's dog. He was found 7 minutes after midnight on Randolph Street, 36 Swindon, England. Wellington was a poodle, not one of those small dress-up poodles, but one with curly brown fur. He was probably killed with a garden fork because there were no other wounds in him. And it would be kind of stupid to stick a fork in a dog that hadn't been told of a car accident or something. But I'll do all I can to figure it out.
What have you done to my dog? Let go of him! Let go of my dog, for God's sake! Hello? Yes, this is the police. My dog has been murdered. I'm not alone. I'm with my neighbor. Okay, yes, I'll try to keep him here. Okay, bye. Don't worry, ma'am. You'll be alright. Get you inside so you can call me again. Would you like to tell me what's going on here, young man?
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I got that far.
I think someone killed the dog.
How old are you?
15 years, 3 months, and 2 days.
And why were you in this garden?
I was holding the dog.
And why were you holding the dog? Okay, come on. I'm taking you to the station.
Get off me!
Okay, that's it. We're going to the station right now.
If you were to write a play, what would it be about? About something you'd like to write about, right? Or something people need to know more about? What if you could put those two things together? I wrote my play based on the book The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. It's about a boy with Asperger's. Now, some of you are probably wondering what that is. Well, that's exactly why I wrote it. I remember being around 7 years old, and I would go to this acting class, and we would play all these acting games together with all these other kids. It would be so much fun, but all I ever wanted to do is make a big performance. But we never got to it. That's what I really liked about Greenschool, because we had these big plays and musicals and spread a great message at the same time. We would work so hard on this one certain piece and practice so much, and then perform it to all these smiling faces. That's how my idea formed. It would be something where I could take all my skills and put them together into one big project. Writing and directing a play. But of course, it wasn't just going to be any ordinary play. It was going to be a play that spread a message at the same time. A message that could change the way you and me look at things. A message that could change the world. Now I'm sure most of you are wondering, what is this message? Let's start here. I'm sure every single person in this room, all of you, have watched either a play, a musical, or a movie before. Am I right? Now I'm sure most of you can agree with me that a lot of these plays, musicals, and movies are about either action, love, or something with lots of drama. But very little of these plays, musicals, and movies that I, as an average teenager, have watched are about something new. Something people usually don't talk about. But a topic like this should be shown to all ages, and nobody should pretend like it doesn't exist. In my case, I have a topic that needs to be talked about more. Raise your hand if you have heard of Asperger's syndrome before. Yeah, that's quite a lot of you, but not everyone. About what I expected. I'll talk more about it for the ones who don't know. But just for now, imagine if somebody would write a play about a topic like this. It could change the way people look, think, and talk to people with Asperger's syndrome. And even better, It can make it easier for people with Asperger's to talk to people who know about their kind of autism. And that's a lot of people talking and thinking to other people. Which brings us to our next topic. Communication. A lot of the majority of the people with Asperger's have a hard time communicating. Now, it's not like they can't talk or anything. They just have a hard time reading facial expressions. Take, for example, the main character in my play, Christopher. He's a 15-year-old boy who has Asperger's autism. One of the ways this affects him is that he has a hard time reading facial expressions. He says they move too fast and change all the time, which is true. Because of this, he doesn't know when people are angry at him, and he does not understand sarcasm. Another way his Asperger's affects him is that he does not like strangers, as you might have seen before. There's only a very little amount of people in his life who he trusts and feels comfortable around. And even those people are still not allowed to touch him. Now let's go back all the way to the beginning of Quest. I had absolutely no idea what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted something original, but not something I could hold, more like an experience. So I started thinking of all the things I like doing. And as I said before, I really liked acting and presenting. So the idea of directing a play came into my head. As I said before, I wanted something original. And writing and directing a play that already existed would be more like a copy. So writing it myself would be the only option left. But believe me when I say, writing a play does not just happen overnight. It takes so much research, patience, and so much time. I wrote my play based on the book The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon. I read it before, so that made it easier. So basically what I would do, I would take a chapter of the book, read it, and do my best to write it into a scene. As you know, scenes and chapters are very different from each other. So there was a lot of taking things out and adding new things in. Now I have a script that can be finished, and that can be used in the future. I did all this work because I think people like Christopher teach us important lessons. They teach us about secrets and that love will come back to you even when you feel like it's all gone. This is really shown in my play because it's all about caring about each other and trusting each other at the same time. Let's go back to the question I asked in the very beginning. What was that message I wanted to put into my play? By now, I think most of you know. It's that there's no right or wrong way of living as long as you stay true to yourself. Because of this, everybody should be accepted and respected for who they are. Because no matter who you are or what you look like, you're special and perfect in your own way.